I get on that breakfast, love, I could murder a fry up. You know, I'm only enough to eat a cow off a butty.
Oh, don't start.
I'm just telling you I'm hungry, that's all. Let's have some fried bread, eh?
Oh, Stan, will you give it a rest? Look, if your belly weren't blinding you, you'd realise I'm not feeling too clever this morning.
Oh, what's this, eh? Hangover?
Oh, don't talk, Jack. I've got no such thing. Oh.
Morning after the night before. I'm not surprised. The amount of stuff you must have supped last night at Betlinch's.
Oh, I only had a few. No, I think it must have been one of them dinky pies she were offering.
You're always the same, aren't you? If you have too much to drink, you've always had a bad pie.
Well, it could have been.
Was it a dinky pie last night that sent you home singing Martha, Brandy Rose of the Redwood? And you were staggering too.
Stan, will you give it a rest, Chuck? Don't keep going on.
What about my breakfast?
You'll have to get it yourself this morning. I couldn't even look at a piece of bacon the way I'm feeling.
All right, I'll get it myself. But let this be a lesson to you. When next time I'm off colour, don't come shouting at me, will you? Remember the kindness and thought I've had for you this morning. All right.
By heck, Furclough. You're a mucky devil. What's a pair of socks doing in knife drawer?
I've been looking for them.
I don't suppose it matters what your Stanley thinks. They say like father, like son, so he could be as mucky as you are. But his fiancee's not going to be so impressed, is she?
That's why I got you over here to help me. You know, I could have done all this cleaning up myself, but I didn't know they were coming till yesterday morning.
It's the only reason I'm doing it for you, so you don't show yourself up in front of your future daughter-in-law.
Morning. Just calling to see how the emergency clean-up was going.
Oh, well, you'll find a scrubbing brush under the sink.
No doubt I will, and no doubt it's got a cobweb on it, but I'm not looking. When's your Stanley arriving?
I've not got a clue, darling. I know he's coming up from Nottingham. I don't even know how he's getting up. Train or what?
Well, look, about accommodation, I don't know how engaged couples go on in your house, but if the blushing fiancé wants a bed, there's one over at my place.
Right.
Yeah, Gail's gone off to her mother, so we won't be putting anybody out. So, see you later.
Thanks, Turner.
Oh, and, when your Stanley arrives, just take it easy, eh?
It was nice of her to offer a bed, wasn't it?
Listen, she's lending you capital. I'm giving you labour. There's a world of difference. Hey, what does she mean? Go easy with your Stanley.
Well, Stanley and me don't see an awful lot of each other nowadays.
Yeah, I know you don't see a lot of him. What I want to know is why.
It's a long story.
Well, I've got all morning. Mavis can't whinge if I'm helping boss, can she?
Well, I wasn't a very good husband to his mother, and I wasn't a very good father to him either. Mm. Anyway, Nellie, that was the missus, she left me.
It was her that left you, was it?
Well, it was 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. She took Stanley with her. They went living with a fella called Harry Bailey, an insurance man. She married him after she divorced me.
How long since all this happened?
Well, let's see now. It's 15 years since Nellie died, so you can tell how far back I'm going.
Oh.
He was only a little lad when she died.
What happened then?
Well, Stanley stayed with Harry.
Oh, didn't you want him with you?
Oh, it wasn't a question of not wanting him.
Well, what did you want?
Well, I don't know. It was so long ago. Anyway, he stayed with his stepfather.
So, how long is it since you actually clapped eyes on him?
Oh, I'd say I've been trying to work it out. Must be, what, 10 years now.
Oh.
I had him over with me when he left school. I was trying to get him into the business, you know, trying to make things up to him. Didn't work out.
Why not?
Well, I'd rather not go into that, but just let's say it didn't work out. We never got on, him and me, you see. He was dead against me. He thought I'd been a right louse to his mother.
Thank you very much. Parcel for you, Uncle Albert.
For me, I'm not expecting that. Oh, I know what this will be.
What is that, a late Christmas present?
Heck, no. Nobody sends me presents. No, I've got to go and get my own. Heck, not so bad considering.
Chocolate? What's all this about, then?
That'll tell you.
Dear customer, we are sorry you purchased one of our products in less than perfect condition, particularly since we take great pride in our painstaking efforts to ensure that our chocolate gives you, the consumer, pure and wholesome enjoyment. To recompense you for your disappointment, please accept this selection of our products. Oh, I see. You bought a rogue bar of chocolate, did you?
I did that. Got the right one and all. I bought it at Cabin.
I thought it tasted a little bit funny, and you I persevered with it.
Yeah, well, you would, Uncle Albert. You don't give in easily.
No, but I must have eaten about 3/4 of it, and it were definitely wonky. So I took it back. But that there Rita little one, she wouldn't change it, you know. Oh, hard-faced thing she is. If you've got any complaints, send it to the maker, not to me. That's what she said, and I did.
And this is the result?
Oh, no, this has got nothing to do with that lot.
I don't get you.
No, this is a different lot altogether. You see, first time I complained...
The first time you complained? You mean you complained twice?
Oh, no, this is the third lot, this is. You know, people don't complain enough.
Oh, do you mind making less noise when you're eating?
You can't eat in bed quietly. Not when the fat's nice and crispy like this.
Oh, Stanley, here's my head pulsating and you're going on about fatty bacon. Anyway, hurry up and get finished, because you've got to go out and do some shopping.
Me?
Yes, you great lump.
Oh, well, I don't feel so good this morning, you know. I was going to take a day off window cleaning anyway.
Don't come it. You've shifted that breakfast like greased lightning. Now, your first stop's the Rovers.
Well, they aren't open for 2 hours.
You're not going there supping. You're going to tell Annie Walker that I'm not coming in to clean for her today. Now, she's bound to ask why, so what are you going to tell her?
Well, I'll tell her you've had a drop too much.
You do no such thing.
Well, I've got to tell her something, haven't I?
Oh, look. Tell her I'm stopping at home because I'm indisposed. You can tell her I've suddenly been prostrated.
Hey?
Bet, dear, if Mrs. Ogden doesn't turn in very shortly, there'll be no alternative for it.
No alternative for what, Mrs. Walker?
The cleaning, dear. It's got to be done. So, if she lets us down, we'll have to tackle it ourselves.
We? You mean you as well as me?
Yes, of course. Naturally, I may have responsibilities that may distract me now and then.
Naturally. Do you know I could kill Hilda? I've been up since 7 o'clock this morning myself, cleaning my own place up after that housewarming. Only a few people, and you'd think a football crowd had dashed through.
Morning.
Ah, good morning, Mr. Ogden. We have been waiting nearly an hour for Mrs. Ogden.
That's why I'm here, see? To tell you she can't come.
Oh, smashing. Marvellous. Just what I need is that.
Why can't she come?
Well, she can't come for health reasons.
What do you mean, for health reasons? She got smashed last night and she's got hangover. Well, for your information, she's not alone. I've got hangover. Everybody's got hangover.
Not everyone, dear. Is that really why she can't come into work, because she's got a hangover?
Oh, no. She told me to tell you she can't come because she's a parasite.
No, that's what you asked, Stan. What's her symptoms? Headache?
Huh.
Can't face food, sits about moaning.
That's it.
Like I said, hangover.
Well, at any rate, thank you very much, Mr. Ogden. You have at least taken the uncertainty away from our
Don't
lives.
mention it, love. Are you open?
No.
Ta-da.
Typical. Hilda has too much to drink, and I have to do a flaming cleaning.
Well, it wasn't your party she had too much, dear. Anyhow, I think we'll get started now. If you begin in here and then tackle the snug, I think that'll be the best plan. My first job will be to go out in the car.
Hey? What for? Have you got to go somewhere?
No, nowhere in particular, dear. It's just that with all the upset over that breathalyzer, it hasn't been out for several days, you see. Well, that won't do. They have to be kept ticking over. Get proper use, exercise.
Just because that car's a Rover, she thinks it's like a flaming dog.
Come in. How long in, the pair of you? Well, Stanley, I'd never have known it was you.
It's me, right enough. This is Liz, my fiancée. Liz, this is my dad, Liz.
How do you do?
How do you do? Did you have a nice journey up?
Oh, yes, no trouble.
It's all right to leave the car in the street, is it?
Yeah, you can leave that there all day, yeah. I can't get over how you've changed.
It's a long time since you saw me.
Yeah. Yeah, take your coat off, Liz. Make yourself at home. Come on, sit down. I haven't said it, have I? Congratulations on your engagement.
Thanks.
It took me some time to corner him, Mr. Fairclough.
Cagey, like his dad.
Look, I hope you don't mind us descending on you like this, Mr. Fairclough.
Mind? No, not at all. Do you want a cup of tea?
Oh, please.
Stanley.
I wouldn't mind.
Why we've come... Well, after we got engaged, I thought I ought to meet you. That's what I said to Stan, didn't I?
You did, frequently.
So, anyway, here we are. And this is where you lived when you were a little boy, Stan.
No, not here. But somewhere just the same. And my word, doesn't it bring back some memories?
Anything else you want, Al?
Well, I didn't come in for them, but go on, I'll have some of them wine gums.
Oh, I didn't know you were fond of wine gums.
Oh, ever since I was a kid.
Yeah, so am I. I like the diamond-shaped ones best. Ox, that's what they call them.
Yeah, they are nice. I like the clarets best, though.
Oh,
And yet another glimpse of life as it's lived among the jet set.
there's nothing wrong with the simple pleasures, Rita.
Well, you said it. Simple.
Anyway, I shouldn't be having sweets at all, you know. It's against my New Year resolution.
I've resolved not to accept any mink coats this year, because it's cruel to the animal.
I bet you made one or two resolutions, haven't you,
Oh, I
Mavis?
haven't actually. I thought about it, and well, I couldn't think of anything that I should be doing that I'm not. And there was nothing to give up because I don't smoke, and I only have the occasional drink. So
And you certainly don't go in for the third vice that traditionally follows them two.
I haven't got any vices.
Not only that, modest with it as well.
That's true, Rita. Don't have any vices.
And I've told you 1,000 times, you've only yourself to blame.
Yeah, well, I can see you two are getting at it, so I'll get
Oh,
off.
look, Al, don't give up your New Year resolution so soon. Just try and hold out a bit longer.
Ah, well, I'm very weak, you see, Mavis.
Oh, well, let me help you. I'll take those back.
Hey, hang on, I want them for work.
No, you don't. There's your money back now.
I'll only go in another shop.
When you've quite finished, madam, with your little helping hand, that was Britain's economic recovery you've just hit on, Thed. We sell sweets and newspapers. They're either fattening or frightening, so don't you go putting folk off them.
Yes. Have you got any rubbish you can't get shut off?
Beg your pardon, Mr. Tatlock.
Well, Christmas lines that you can't sell. You know, damaged goods. Out with wrappers torn or a bit twisted like. I'll take them off your hands.
If I see what we've got and I let you have it at bargain prices, will you promise me you won't come back in here complaining?
Word of honour, I won't complain to you.
Hey, Stan, I haven't asked you what you do for a living.
I'm a draftsman.
For a chemical firm.
Great. Do you like it? I always wanted to be a draftsman.
Yeah, it's all right.
I work in the canteen there. That's how we met.
She's only the canteen manager.
Oh, assistant canteen manager.
Clever with it, eh? No bother about the cooking. Well, you've landed on your feet, Stanley.
I think so.
Anyway, I thought we ought to visit you. So, when we were planning the wedding, I decided that we would.
Oh, yeah. Have you made a date for it yet?
Well, not yet,
Oh,
no.
yes, we have. Of course we have. It's April the 4th, if we can get the church then.
We might not.
Oh, yes, we will. Anyway, I said to Stan, I don't think much of a wedding where all the guests are on the bride's side. What about your dad, didn't I?
Yeah.
It was high time I met you anyway. So, after we'd fixed the date, I wouldn't let him put me off any longer. I insisted.
I'm very glad you did. I'm very pleased to see you. I mean that, Stanley.
By which time, of course, the car was running beautifully. Of course, they do say that the car responds to the person who's driving it. Oh. Anyway, I turned left through Presbury.
Mrs. Walker, can you spare a minute?
Excuse me,
Have you got any reject ale?
Pardon?
You know, a bottle of beer what's gone off. Stuff you can't get rid of. I mean, if you have, I'll take it off your hand.
Mr. Tatlock, I do not sell or keep beer that is less than perfect. Everything that is sold over this bar is in excellent condition. If it is not, I do not sell it. Now, is there something you wish to order?
No, thanks. I need to get shirties.
Where was I?
Tootling through the Cheshire countryside in your gold-plated motor car.
Yes. Anyway, I came back through Macclesfield. Of course, one does it more for the benefit of the car than anything else.
Oh,
Yeah, well,
monsieur.
I don't suppose you worked out how much it cost you, but I reckon you did 30-odd miles. And in your car, that's best part of £2 in petrol.
Oh, hardly.
Oh, yes, love, it drinks juice as that car. You'd have been a lot better off buying mine.
Oh, you've condescended to come in, have you? I had to do your cleaning for you this morning, madam.
Look, I happen to be a human being, not a mechanical robot. I were indisposed this morning, and I still am.
You're hungover.
No, I'm not. Probably one of them viruses what's going about.
And I suppose you come in here for a hair of the dog that bit you.
No, I haven't. I've dragged myself down here to buy a pie. Because that husband of mine went out for supplies this morning and hasn't come back yet, so give us a meat and potato. And if there's any more nasty remarks, I might just have a relapse. Then you'll have to do me cleaning tomorrow morning as well.
Just you dare.
Well, I better be off to work. And I sort of seen Lennon here today.
I was hoping you'd send Stanley in to see us.
Oh, you know all about Stanley, do you?
There's not much I don't know about, dear.
True, very true.
I brought a fiancé with him by all accounts.
Ah, that's it. I think I'll pop my head round as I go back to work. I saw a car outside. That means they've arrived. See you, love.
Ta-ra.
You know, it must be 10 years since Stanley was in here. He's hardly more than a boy then. He's bound to have changed. For the better, hopefully.
He might not have changed toward his dad, though.
No, indeed.
That was a very good meal.
Ah, it wasn't bad, was it?
Your friend can certainly cook.
Among other things, eh, Dad?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, I hope I'm not interrupting the family reunion.
I don't know whether you remember Mrs. Howard. She used to be Elsie Tanner.
I remember. Hello.
It's Elsie, not Mrs. Howard, and of course I remember you, love. Mind you, I wouldn't have recognised you if I met you in the street. You just about got into long trousers then.
And this is Liz, his fiancée.
Oh, how do you do, love? And congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
Well, I just popped in to see you on my way back to work. I don't know if Len told you or not, but if you want a spare bed, there's one over at our house.
Aye, I did figure, actually. You'll be stopping over, won't you, Stanley?
Well, yeah, we are stopping over,
Oh,
but...
good, because I fixed the spare bedroom up for you upstairs. And Liz can go next door to Elsie. She's got a spare bedroom.
But I've already booked us in that hotel where you come off the bypass, the Connemara.
No need for you to do that. I mean, it'll rush you 10 quid for the pair of you. You're very welcome to stop here.
Yeah, we could ring the hotel and cancel, Stan.
No, I've booked. As a matter of fact, I think we'd better go there now and leave our luggage, or else they might think we're not coming.
Well, please yourself, but you will be coming back, won't you?
Oh, yes, of course we will. About tea time, if that's all right.
Yeah.
And shall we go and have a drink, and then you have supper with us tonight?
Perhaps Dad's got his own plans, Les.
No, I haven't.
Oh, good, that's fixed then. We'll call back for you about 6 o'clock.
Right.
Well, goodbye then, and nice to meet you again, Stanley.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Well, how's it going?
It's like pushing a dirty great rock up a steep hill. I've tried, Elsie. I've been so pleasant. He hasn't said a dicky bird. He just sits there deliberately not saying anything.
Well, it's only natural. I mean, he hardly knows you. I mean, he's bound to be a bit awkward, shy.
It's not shyness with him. He's just got no time for me. That's the top and bottom of it.
Oh, come on. If he felt like that, he wouldn't have come round here, would he?
He wouldn't stop here, though, would he? He wouldn't sleep under the same roof as me.
Give over, will you?
Then what the hell did they book themselves into an hotel for? You tell me that.
If you stop ranting and raving for a minute, I'll tell you. Look, they're an engaged couple, right? In case you'd forgotten. Now, I don't know how people went on in your family when they're engaged, but she's away from her mother's eagle eye and her home for the first time. Now, if you were Stanley's age, would you want to sleep in separate houses?
See what you mean.
I should hope you do. I thought for a moment that you'd forgotten what it was like to be young and in love and warm-blooded. Oh, hey, up, Chuck, I can't see the telly.
Why am I doing this? It's your job, really. What about my back?
Ooh, south, south, south with you, first, last and in the middle. Here's me lying here, racked with pain, and all you can do is moan. I might have been up and about by now, you know, if you hadn't taken so long over the shopping. But oh, no. No, I have to drag myself out to get something to eat. Oh, and it's done me no good at all, that pie. I can feel it lying there.
Well, why don't you get up, get some exercise?
Oh, that's right, abuse me. No wonder my back's suffering. Look, don't keep stood in front of the telly, Stan. I've got a bet on this next race.
You what?
I'll have to have a bit of pleasure. While I was struggling down the street to the Rovers for my pie, I thought I might as well drag myself as far as the betting shop and have a little flutter. Might do me good, I thought.
Isn't it marvellous?
Beginning to swing left-handed with Atlas range.
I must say, dear, it's quite clear to me that Stanley is a very lucky young man.
I'll go along with that.
Oh, thank you very much.
Congratulations, Stanley. Well, to both of you, indeed. Hope you'll be very happy.
Here, here.
I'd like to add my good wishes to that, Stanley. Hey, they were right, you know. They always used to reckon that Nottingham had more than its fair share of pretty girls. They were right.
Aye.
This is a very friendly pub. Has it always been like this?
I wouldn't know. Last time I was round here, I wasn't old enough to go into pubs.
Ah, you'll notice a few differences round here now.
No, it's just as I remembered it. The only difference is it seems even smaller and grimier.
Well, I like it round here. It's much nicer than you said it was.
Not to me.
Well, let's go and sit down, shall we?
Well, see you, Stanley.
Hey, how did you go on last night with Loverboy when he came home and found you throwing a party in his house?
Look, it might be Mike Baldwin's house, but it also happens to be my home. Now, I don't reckon I've got any claims on him, so he has none on me. And while I'm living there, I intend to continue as an independent human being.
And you told him all this?
No. Oh, very wise. But I will if I have to.
I think we have sort of have something special to celebrate you two being here, you know. I wonder if Annie's got any champagne stashed away somewhere.
We don't want a lot of fuss.
I'm not making a fuss. I just think we ought to have something special to celebrate.
There's no
I hope
need.
you've got that date in your diary, Mr. Fairclough. April the 4th, because we want you to be there at the wedding. You will come, won't you?
Yeah, of course I will. Yeah, I'd be very glad to, yeah. Hey, I'll go and see if Annie's got anything special, like some champagne stashed away, eh?
Well, how's it going?
Just asked me to the wedding.
Well, there you are. What did I tell you? You're going, aren't you?
Yeah, of course I am. You try and keep me away. Maybe it's like you say, you know. Stanley doesn't bear a grudge against me. He might be trying to forgive and forget.
Well, of course he is.
I told you before we left Nottingham, Liz, on no account were you to invite him to the wedding.
He ought to be there. I don't know why you're being like
You
this.
should never have come here in the first place. I only agreed because you pestered and pestered about wanting to meet him. I told you what a swine he was to my mother and me.
But he doesn't seem like a swine to me. He's just an ordinary sort of man.
I tell you, straight, he's not coming to the wedding. As far as I'm concerned, you wanted to meet him and you've met him, and that's the end of it.
Oh, what do you mean?
The book token. £2 book token you give me for Christmas.
Oh, that.
£2. There aren't any books here at £2.
Well, you don't want anything out of that.
£6.95 for a book. Look, and there's one here, £12. Do folks buy them?
Yeah, libraries do.
Scandalous.
Oh, well, you can find something a little less academic for your £2. Go straight for the one with naked women on the front.
Yeah, well, they're about the only kind you do see nowadays. Now, what I'm looking for is a book about Cromwell. Oliver Cromwell.
What's on earth for?
Well, I want to read about him.
Well, why Cromwell?
Because he was the chap that had the right ideas. He knew just when to crack down. You could do him back again these days. Get a few heads rolling. Not you going to answer it?
A parcel for you, Uncle Albert.
My heck, that's quick. Almost by return of post.
It's your Lord High Executioner's outfit, is it?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, look. Wrapped chocolates, biscuits. There must be a dozen of them.
You really are an old villain, aren't you?
Yeah, and a letter and all. Oh. Very, very obliging they are, you know, and they say that they hope the lad enjoy them, all the different flavours.
So this is something else you sent up, then?
Aye. Mind you, I only did as he said. If the goods are not in perfect condition, send them back and close the wrapper and say where you bought it.
And were they?
Aye, of course they were. Well, made sure of that before I bought them.
Oh, called pirate, are they? Well, that's about right, isn't it? If Oliver Cromwell did come back, you'd be shot for looting. Go well with Kipper, they will. I hope they make you sick.
Oh, Stanley, could you not even wash a plate?
Never mind that. You should be in bed.
Just Just look at it. Yesterday's dinner. And what's that thing doing here?
Bit of all right. There's a good paraffin stove.
Where'd
I'm
it
going to
come-
put it in your bedroom.
Where'd it come from?
Only a quid.
Oh, ah.
Tommy Deacon.
Oh, is it in working order?
No, it needs fixing.
More junk.
I'm doing it.
Look, Stan, he's a scrap dealer. He gets what folk give him. Rubbish.
They talk so in because they want the modern look. There's years in this yet.
It doesn't go. It wants fixing, you just said.
There's naught to it.
Oh, another quid down the drain.
Why you always got to talk like that?
'Cause I know you.
I'm doing my best.
Look, Stan, don't do your best. Just do something useful.
You, are you Hilda?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
What's up with you?
You're not well?
No, I've not been too clever since that shindig of yours. I think I'm getting the flu.
Oh, heck. Well, you get to bed then. Don't bother yourself what Annie Walker says.
No, I don't.
She doesn't mean it. You know her any road.
Don't mean what?
I don't see how she can give you a sack.
Sack?
Well, you could sue her for wrongful dismissal. There's a law now.
What, just 'cause I've took 2 days off?
You want to go to Citizens Advice Bureau. They'll tell you about the law. I don't know if it applies to part-time.
Here, are you having a go at me?
I'm very concerned for you, Hilda.
Yeah, well, you can go back to Annie Walker and you can tell her I'm not coming in 'cause I'm very poorly. And it's no use her threatening redistribution. Do her no good at all.
I'll tell her.
I mean, where's she going to find another mug like me?
Well, at the moment, she's looking in my direction, Hilda. Only I don't see why I should.
No, don't you be put on.
I've told her. I mean, there's agencies she's only got to ring. Yeah. And then again, there's Stan.
Hey?
I mean, a professional cleaner. Normally works up a ladder, that's all.
You can stroll on.
Of course, if you want him for some, Matilda.
No, I've no use for him here.
I'm not doing no chowing.
Aren't you?
Hey?
Try giving him a shout upstairs.
You give him a shout.
You?
Mr. Fairclough? Mr. Fairclough, are you there?
Do you think he's still in bed?
Very likely. Not necessarily in this house, though.
Don't be like that. Look, I don't think he's the man who exists in your imagination at all.
Not my imagination, Liz.
That'll be your memory, then.
Indelible. He's the fella.
Doesn't it occur to you he's going out of his way to be nice?
Does it occur to me? It makes me want to throw up.
You won't give up, will you? You've got a grievance. You won't let go.
No.
Well, I could like him. He's probably changed. He's probably completely different.
Oh, well, I'll be a kid again then. See if we can work something out.
I'm sorry. Look, I know it's hard.
You like him. People do. It's funny. He's on the council. They vote for him. Big mates with everybody. Big guy. You know one reason I'm glad we came?
What?
He's shrunk. Since I was 16, he's definitely shrunk. Come on, let's go to the pub then.
Well, shouldn't we leave him a note?
If we have to.
I want him to come, you know.
You've met him.
I still want him to come to the wedding.
Well, I don't. But if you want him, then you can ask for him.
Well, I'd sooner you did. All right. But he's coming. Come on.
Watch out, mate, can't you?
Stanley, you can break somebody's leg.
Oh, with a bit of luck.
Does it mean now, that, Lem?
What?
Your badge.
You've got to be a hero to wear one of them.
No, come on now, what is it?
It's a hedgehog on a bicycle.
Oh, come off it, what is it?
How the hell do I know? I got it in a Christmas cracker. I like it.
Well, it's daft then.
Well, give us a kiss then. Why is everybody picking on me this morning?
Oh, poor Leonard.
And give us a pint and all.
You've got company.
Ah, perfect timing, eh? Liz, Stanley.
What this time?
Not you, you great omock. What are you having, love?
Oh, half a bit.
Half a bit, darling. Pint?
Nice.
Mind your feet, lads. Come on. Lift them up. Thank you very much.
Is he putting you up comfortable then?
Sorry.
And again.
Len, is he making you comfortable, love?
Oh, we're staying at the... what's it called?
The Connemara. Why is a mystery. They're not even Irish.
Oh, well, you're probably better off.
Well, you know what it's like at my place. They probably have to rough it.
I have no idea what it's like at your place, Glenn, and stop trying to put it round.
She loves me, really, you know.
Wouldn't surprise me.
It's very, Connemara, it's all right.
Did I hear you mention the Connemara? Well, do mention my name to Mrs. Rowland, will you? She can be funny, but she can be very nice. Tell her you're friends of mine.
Well...
And you were wondering why it's called the Connemara, weren't you? Well, it's quite a nice little story. You see, when Mrs. Rowland married for the first time, it wasn't Mr. Rowland, it was a man called Phelan, Tommy Phelan of Manchester. Now, they were going to Ireland for the honeymoon to Connemara, because he knew people there.
Oh, did he?
But they never got further than Liverpool. They missed the boat, and they had to put up for the night in somewhere very unsalubrious called, is it the Pier Head?
Yes.
The Pier Head, yes. Well, the owner of this place took a shine to them and offered Tommy a job with accommodation. And that is how Tommy Phelan started in the hotel business. You remember Tommy Phelan, won't you, Len?
Yes.
Anyhow, they never got to Ireland. But when they came back to this area, he bought a hotel, renamed it the Connemara, and he said to Flo, there is your honeymoon. You didn't miss the boat after all.
Fancy. Funny how it goes, isn't it?
Excuse me, will you?
Does she often go on like that?
All the time, mate.
And it's the only boozer in the street.
Terrible, isn't it?
Lift your glasses, lads, come on. I wouldn't let a cat eat off this table.
Mr. Ogden?
Hello, what is it, Flower?
There is a line to be drawn between cleaning the tables and intimidating the customers.
What are you doing I'm supposed to do? Clean them?
You are harassing people. And what is more... Where did you get that rag?
Well, it was in
No, don't tell me. Just put it back. And desist immediately.
Does that mean knock off? Right.
Right, well,
So you, did a little walk around the old place then?
Oh, well, we walked from the hotel, didn't we?
How'd you find it?
What?
The place.
Oh, the place. I recognised it. Grotty as ever.
Did you see the new shopping precinct at Rosamond Street?
Just come in. That's Ken Barlow, isn't
That's
it?
right, yeah.
Is he still living round here?
Yeah, practically a next-door neighbour.
But he went to university and all that.
Hey, Ken.
No, don't come.
yeah. Oh, anyway, you get the down. Oh, yeah.
I bet you don't recognise that face, eh? He knew
sorry.
you.
Sorry.
My son, Stan.
Good. How are you? What are you doing around these parts, then?
I'm just showing Liz the grisly truth about my background.
He'll never introduce me. I'm the aforementioned Liz.
Oh, I'm delighted. How are you?
So you're still living round here?
Yes, yeah.
You must like it.
Right, suits.
Hey, Ken, are you playing?
Yeah, okay. If you'll excuse me, I just promised I'd play darts with Alf. He's a councillor colleague of your dad's.
I fancy myself at darts.
Come and join us. You'll be very welcome.
All right, Liz?
Oh, of course not.
Come on, then. Very good.
Well,
Oh, what?
has he changed a lot?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I think you'll find this short, Mrs. Walker, you
I
know?
don't think so, Mr. Ogden.
Only missed one day.
Mrs. Ogden missed 2 days.
Yesterday, you've had me today.
Not quite the same thing.
Oh, now, come on.
Mr. Ogden, you have been here for nearly 2 hours.
Well, you said knock off, not me.
You have worked 2 hours, and at 50 pence an hour, I think that is more than generous in the circumstances.
You can't do that.
I certainly couldn't afford to do it too often, Mr. Ogden.
Look, that's Hilda's money, and she won't know where it is. She's claiming will, you know.
I just want to know what he thinks.
Well, you should know what he thinks. You've talked to him.
Oh, no, we haven't. That'll take a hell of a long time to happen. No, I just thought that you might know
I
how
think
he
he's
feels.
confused.
What about?
Towards you.
That's what I mean.
It's difficult for me to say.
See, all these years, he's had no time for me at all.
Yes.
And it's not because there hasn't been cause. There has, plenty of cause. But how do you explain to a kid why 2 grown-up people can't get on together? I was just hoping he might see that.
There's 2 sides.
Yeah. Well, one side and a bit of a side. I wasn't a wonderful father to him, you know. And I'm not trying to make it up to him. I mean, you can't, can you? All that I want to do is you get on with him.
Well, I'm sure between you can manage that.
Whose idea was it that you came up here?
Yeah, in the first place, it was my idea, but...
See?
Well, somebody had to. I mean, you wouldn't have either, would you?
No. No, I think we both gave that up as a bad joke.
But it's not. You will come to the wedding, won't you?
You see, it's you asking me.
We'd like it. We would.
He wouldn't say it as easily as that.
He doesn't find it easy, but it doesn't make any difference.
It makes a hell of a difference for me for him to ask me.
I'm asking you.
I'd rather hear it from him. All right.
You'd remember him then?
Oh, yeah. He was pretty horrible, but then that's not surprising.
I can't connect him with Len somehow.
Oh, there was no connection, really. He just always used to side with his mother, that was all. You know, I swear, when he looks at me, he always sees the Scarlet Woman to this very day.
What was she like exactly, this Nellie?
Oh, she was a lot tougher than Len. That's the funny part about it, you know. It was she who left him. One day, she just stopped being our dumper, and she just stopped and left him and went off with Harry Bailey.
This insurance fella, yeah, Len told me about that. No, it was her I was wondering about.
Oh, she must have been daft in the head in the first place to marry him. I mean, it was different as chalk and cheese, but she did what every mother does. She made an ally of that child against Len. If it all comes right in the end between them, I shall be very much surprised. In the meantime, I'm just minding my own business and leaving them to it.
It's your favourite customer, Rita's been looking in the window.
Oh, we want locking up.
Oh, a good reason for going. Hello,
Now then, my little chickadee, what can I do for you?
You've got some of them there chocolates at window.
We've got a lot of them there chocolates in window.
A box right down front, and colours all faded on it.
And?
But that means you've been at window too long.
Mavis, members of the general public are beginning to criticise our displays.
Look, I'm not criticising.
Oh, that's all right, Mr. Tatlock. We're grateful for your interest and your comments have been noted. Thank you.
All I'm saying is I'll buy them off you.
Mavis, could we sell him that box?
Oh, I don't think we should.
That's if you make a sort of a reduction, like.
A reduction, like?
Well, you've had it in here a while.
Mavis, what do you say to that?
Well, we couldn't ask very much for it.
No.
Now, come on, what do you think?
Albert, you can have it for now.
Eh?
Though why you're so desperate to own an empty box is beyond me.
What?
But I shall save it for you when I do the window.
I mean, they're all empty.
Of course they are. The display packs, your great nana.
What did you want a faded box of chocolates for, Mr. Tatlock?
Well, I was just thinking perhaps some of
Hey,
them...
we know what you're up to, you know,
Yeah, we
Albert.
do.
Look, I'm not but trying to stretch my pension. I wonder what you two feel like when you've got to go hunting around for stuff as other folk won't have.
God forgive you, Albert. You've been sending stuff like that back to manufacturers, claiming replacements. You've turned it into a racket.
Why, and who's been telling you that?
Never you mind. We know, don't we, Mavis?
It's true, isn't it, Mr. Tatlock?
If I've sent out back, it's just because they've gone off.
And now you're getting great big boxes of complimentaries, aren't you?
Now, don't you start talking
Hey,
to me...
you've been very naughty, Albert.
All right. We'll take with a pair of you. You can keep your rubbish.
You like
Plenty
hobbies
of other
onto
shops.
you, you know.
Yeah, if I'm in my legal rights, if I've got cause for complaint, I'll make some blooming complaints about the attitude in this here shop and all.
He's an old villain, isn't he?
Just 2 pints and 2 lagers, please. Lovely.
If you don't mind, Mrs. Walker, I'd like a word with you.
I'll be with you in a minute, Mrs. Elton.
In a minute won't do, Mrs. Walker. I want to know where my money is.
I don't think this is either the time or the place to discuss your emoluments.
Oh, don't go chucking your big words at me. I eat them for breakfast. I want my money, what you owe me.
I do not owe you any money, Mrs. Elton.
There was 3 quid short in that envelope, and you know it.
Mrs. Elton, if you want to go on bawling like a fishwife...
I want my money, what you owe me.
Realise that you do so at the risk of your employment here.
Oh, aye, so she tells me. Yeah, so she tells me. 2 days off and it's me cards, isn't it? I can't be ill, can I? Oh, no, never been heard of.
Don't look exactly at death's door to me. In fact, you look very robust, and you sound it.
Yeah, well, I've dragged myself here today. Dragged myself, because I won't be done down.
Your husband came in this morning. Well, really, this afternoon.
Yes, I sent him as a favour.
As a favour? Too many favours like that and I'd be out of business. He went out of his way to upset and offend the customers, and he smeared the tables, smeared them with a floor cloth. I couldn't allow him to continue.
Yeah, well, he's not accustomed to the job, is he?
Exactly. And therefore he is not entitled to the rate of pay for the job.
Well, he only needs a bit of telling.
We might describe you as a professional cleaner.
I am a professional cleaner.
Well, if you are, then your husband is an amateur, and not a particularly gifted one at that.
Oh, no, he's a professional. He's a window cleaner. In fact, we're a family of professional cleaners. which puts us higher up in godliness than some folk I could name.
Does it? Well, then, you might ask the very godly Mr. Ogden where the other pound is, because you should only be £2 short. And £2 short, you're going to stay.
Right.
And 2 lagers, was it, Al?
Oh, yes.
Mind you, it'd be a dull world without them, wouldn't it? I mean, you need a few characters. It'd be very boring if everybody were like me.
I don't know. The most interesting people talk to themselves up stepladders.
Oh, Rita, I'll be with you in a minute.
I don't let me hurry you.
It's all right. It's what I'm here for. Rita, it's the chocolate man. It should be in the back. Where's, what's his name? The usual rep.
I'm not a sales rep.
Oh, Rita, it's Mr. Ledbetter Chocolates.
Oh, what happened to that cheeky fella? Have they moved him?
He's not a sales rep.
No, the company sends me to help you with any problems that you might have with regard to any of our lines.
Don't think we've got any problems, have we, Rita?
You speak for yourself.
Yes. We pride ourselves that we take an interest in all our retail outlets. It's, well, an extension of quality control.
Oh, aye.
Well, we want to maintain our standards, don't we? Right through to the customer.
Mm-hmm.
Now, has anyone ever spoken to you about the storage of chocolate confectionery?
Hang on, wait a minute. Is this something to do with complaints?
Well, there has been a little rash in this area, and we do have to concern ourselves.
I see.
So, if we could approach this in a constructive fashion?
Complaints about us?
Well, this shop has been referred to us, yes.
Might I ask who by?
They don't tell me the name, just the facts of the complaint.
And did they tell you it's all done by the same person?
No. I'm assured it's several different people.
He's working under an alias now.
Obviously.
Oh, you think there might be a bit of needle in this deal? A bit of malice?
No, not exactly.
Even so, the confectionery has been sent back to us, and if it's substandard... So, would it be convenient for me to have a look at your stockroom? I might be able to make a few suggestions.
I could make a few suggestions myself. Mavis, show him stockroom.
Well, it was a very unexpected visit, but a very welcome one.
Well, New Year's and all that. Old Lang Syne.
Just a pity you got to go so soon, that's all.
It was Saturday night. We promised Liz's mum we'd take her out.
Aye. I was just getting used to having her around.
Yeah, well, anyway, you've met Liz.
I was very happy to as well.
Oh, same here, Mr. Fairclough.
Come on, love, get your skates on. We want to be home in good time.
Oh, you know what I've done? I've left my scarf in that pub.
Well, we can pick it up on our way.
No, I'll pop back now and get it. Won't take me a minute. You say goodbye to your dad.
It's a pity, really, like, that we didn't get more of a chance to have a talk.
Real Dr. Kissinger, isn't she?
Hey?
Liz.
What I mean is, pity we didn't, get a few things across like.
It's not worth it. What are you going to say in 2 minutes?
Well, I'd like to say that as far as the past is concerned, I'd like to forgive and forget.
Dad.
On both sides.
If you've got any big speeches, you can keep them. It's just that she wants me to tell you you'll be getting an invite to the wedding.
Yeah, but it'd mean more to me than if you said it to me.
Don't make it tricky.
I'm not. I'm just saying I'd like
Look, the invitation comes from her. No, I don't care what you do. Break your leg, anything. Just don't be there, right? She's got this big thing about families. Worships her dad. But I reckon you and me, the last 10 years have been perfect.
Yeah, well, and it's great big parcels and more by every post. Well, I mean, it's his métier, isn't it? The dissatisfied customer. He's finally found his niche, I think.
Yeah, well, there's going to be a comeback, There's got to be.
No doubt. I mean, there's bound to be.
Well, they're
isn't
not
there,
going to
without-
take it forever.
No, they won't put up with it ad infinitum.
Hello, love. Who are you looking for?
Flaming Albert, where is he?
Oh, we're just talking about Uncle Albert.
Good, because when I've finished with you, you can talk about the bits.
Yeah, well, really, it's me. If he's not over at the centre, he'll be at home.
Thanks. You!
Look, I want no to do with you.
Well, that's just as well, because you're going to get your fortune told.
Did you?
Yeah, I've told him. Come on.
Because you've had the inspectors down on me. Now, you may think it's funny, but I don't. And Len won't either. I've just spent a whole flaming hour with him in that stock room. And you can keep your remarks to yourself as well. Now, it's not a bit funny.
Ray, that telephone call, it was your next-door neighbour. They've taken Deirdre to the General Hospital.
What for?
Well, I assume she started with the baby.
Hey, it's not due. She's not due for 5 weeks. It's not due.